The party roared with energy, music pulsating through the opulent hall, laughter bouncing off the crystal chandeliers, and glasses clinking in every corner. I lingered near the edge, quietly watching the crowd, feeling a tightening in my chest each time my wife, Hannah, laughed a touch too brightly or leaned ever so slightly closer to another man. I had noticed subtle public flirtations before, but tonight, the way she smiled at that tall, charismatic stranger, Derek, made my stomach twist. It wasn't a fleeting glance, it was intentional, calculated, designed to draw attention. I could sense the room's eyes subtly shifting, aware of the tension brewing between us, yet I remained silent. Confrontation could wait. Patience would make my response far more impactful. As the night wore on, Hannah continued her subtle games, leaning into Derek's jokes, laughing a bit louder at his stories, brushing her hand against his with casual ease. Every gesture was small, seemingly innocent, yet laden with betrayal. Around us, friends and colleagues whispered, some noticing the chemistry, others merely enjoying the spectacle. I didn't react. I smiled politely, nodded, and sipped my drink, letting the tension mount. I knew the night's end would bring the perfect moment for my move, a moment that would leave no room for denial. Hours slipped by. The music softened, the party winding down. Hannah, unaware of the storm brewing beneath my composed exterior, began gathering her things, still smiling faintly at Derek. I stayed put, letting her assume my silence meant ignorance or indifference. But every laugh, every step toward the exit, every casual touch was noted, filed, and calculated. I didn't need to humiliate her in public tonight. I only needed the right instant, when she felt safest. Finally, the party concluded. Guests trickled out, exchanging goodbyes. Hannah glanced at me, her eyes shining with excitement and mischief, proud of her subtle performance. I moved toward her slowly, deliberately, the room's attention quietly shifting. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't shout. I took her hand and met her gaze. "We need to talk," I said softly, each word measured but heavy with intent. The change was immediate. The smiles that once lit the room faltered. The crowd sensed something significant was unfolding, and a hush descended. Hannah's confident posture wavered. Her lips parted, but no words came. She realized, suddenly and starkly, that I had seen everything, had observed everything, and had chosen my moment carefully. Without a word, I pulled out my phone and displayed the messages she had sent Derek over the past month, the flirtatious texts, hidden comments, private invitations. The screen glowed in the center of the room, eerie and unrelenting. Murmurs rose, friends gasped, colleagues leaned in, and Hannah froze, her laughter replaced with disbelief and shame. I did not accuse. I did not yell. I let the evidence speak. Each text, each emoji, each message was a quiet hammer, striking at her pride. She scanned the room, suddenly aware that everyone who had attended was witnessing her unraveling. Derek's smile vanished. He stammered, attempting an explanation, but the truth was undeniable. Hannah's eyes filled with tears as the weight of reality hit. I turned to the crowd, calm and collected, letting them absorb the scene. "Sometimes," I said softly, "the quietest observation speaks louder than the loudest confrontation." The room went silent, absorbing the gravity of the words. Hannah sank into a chair, trembling, her confidence shattered. Derek remained speechless, caught in the undeniable proof of both their indiscretions. Guests who had arrived expecting laughter and dancing now witnessed a private betrayal exposed with deliberate calm. Hours later, we left the hall. Hannah didn't speak during the drive. The car was heavy with silence, punctuated only by her shallow breathing and the distant hum of the city. At home, I asked her to sit and reflect. I didn't shout. I didn't storm. I let her thoughts untangle, forcing her to confront the consequences alone. It proved far more powerful than any angry outburst, allowing humiliation and regret to sink in deeply. Days turned to weeks, and the party's events lingered like a shadow over her. Friends and colleagues subtly referenced the night, and Hannah became cautious, hesitant. Her pride had been permanently shaken. I maintained a calm distance, letting natural consequences reinforce the lesson. Even minor betrayals can devastate when revealed thoughtfully and strategically. My silence had become the loudest message, echoing far beyond what anger could achieve. Months later, she approached me tentatively, seeking forgiveness or reconciliation. I listened quietly, letting her words tumble without interruption, knowing the lesson had already taken root. My reaction at the party, calm, precise, deliberate, had dismantled illusions, exposed the truth, and rendered her speechless in a way shouting never could. That night became an indelible memory for all who witnessed it, a testament to patience, timing, and calculated action in exposing betrayal and holding someone accountable.